America is becoming less woke. The Economist, of all people, did a deep dive on the cultural revolution that has sparked.
Rob Schneider is done playing nice with Hollywood. In this video, we're diving into how he's taken aim at woke culture and isn't holding back. From calling out the industry to humiliating the very system that made him, Schneider's on a mission to shake things up, but where will it lend him? Let's get into the chaos.
Is that what's happening? That America is speaking their mind and all of a sudden the woke movement is dying?
Well, I would hope so. I mean, I wrote the book to kind of encourage it. As my friend James Lindsay from New Discourses says, he thinks the woke empire, which is nothing but Marxism redressed as manners, he says it'll collapse between 12 and 18 months. And I think he's right. I think people are sick of it. You know, what happens is in a free society like ours, it makes us susceptible to people who are bad faith actors. And the people who are crying and whining and complaining the most, we give them the benefit of the doubt and go, well, there must be something they're so upset about. And it's really a manipulation. So I think people now have kind of come to their senses.
Rob Schneider, the comedic genius behind so many laugh-out-loud moments, is taking a bold stance against what he sees as Hollywood's woke agenda. While he claims many fellow comedians quietly agree with him, they stay silent out of fear of being canceled. But not Rob. He's all in, making sure everyone hears his take. And just when you thought things couldn't get crazier, his act at a Senate holiday gala was cut short in the most surprising way. Trust me, you'll want to hear this one. Last year, Rob Schneider was tapped to perform at a holiday event hosted by the Senate Working Group at the Waldorf Astoria, a gathering for senior GOP staffers and their allies. But things went south fast. According to Politico, Schneider's set was packed with raunchy material, including jokes targeting Asian people and a particularly off-color one about Korean whorehouses. His act bombed so hard that Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith walked out early, with her spokesperson later calling the comedy gross and vulgar, adding that she didn't have to listen to it, so she left.
That's right. My dad was Jewish. We always know we can get Chinese food on Christmas, because the Chinese, they don't give a fuck about any holiday. Oh yeah, we'll open Christmas, come on down. Oh yeah, all day long, come on down.
Rob Schneider's comedy routine at last year's Senate Working Group holiday event was supposed to be a 30-minute set. But things didn't go as planned. According to Politico, after just 10 minutes of raunchy jokes, including some aimed at Asian people, Senate Working Group Executive Director James Kimmy reportedly cut him off. The next day, an apology email was sent to the 150 attendees, 40 of whom were senior Senate staffers, saying they regret that the entertainment fell short of expectations. Schneider had apparently agreed to keep his material clean, but, well, he didn't. Was it Schneider's fault? Or have people got a bit too oversensitive? Schneider's dive into far-right conservative comedy is no secret. On social media, he frequently reposts far-right content and rails against woke culture. After the event, he hit back hard on Twitter, or X, slamming Kimmy and calling the crowd pussies and professional political ass-kissers. He also doubled down, promising he wouldn't change his jokes for anyone. While Politico reported the set was cut short, Schneider told TMZ that's just false info. He claims he performed his full 50-minute set and wasn't removed. In classic Schneider fashion, he also took a swipe at President Biden, blaming inflation for devaluing the $50,000 paycheck he received for the gig. No apologies, no filter, just Rob being Rob. On April 15th, Rob Schneider fired back at the controversy once again, this time using it to promote his Netflix special Woke Up in America. Because of course he did. Rob Schneider's knack for controversy didn't stop at the US border. During his comedy tour stop in Canada, things took another turn. While promoting his anti-woke Netflix special Woke Up in America, Schneider used the stage to mock the Canadian government, slamming Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and pandemic restrictions, which didn't sit well with the local crowd. Many attendees reportedly walked out mid-performance, upset by the political tone he took instead of sticking to light-hearted comedy. Schneider naturally didn't hold back in his response. He took to social media afterward, boasting about the walkouts and doubling down on his stance, saying that if you can't handle the truth, maybe you shouldn't come to my shows. He's as fearless up north as he is in the States, turning every stage into a battleground in his war against woke culture. During his recent performances, Rob Schneider has sparked backlash over his jokes on a variety of controversial topics. His humor targeting transgender people, where he mocked gender identity and pronouns, drew sharp criticism, with many audience members finding it insensitive and out of touch. He also took aim at vaccine mandates, saying he'd rather lose work than take a jab, making fun of people who followed COVID-19 regulations. These jokes were particularly divisive, considering the global push for vaccinations and the collective trauma of the pandemic. Schneider didn't stop there. He frequently ridicules President Joe Biden's mental acuity, making jokes about Biden's age and cognitive ability, implying that the president is unfit for office. While these jokes may resonate with his conservative base, many audiences found the humor distasteful and mean-spirited. Despite the backlash, Schneider remains unrepentant. He continues to use his platform to push against woke culture, making it clear he's not changing his material, regardless of who's offended. What do you think about Rob Schneider's take on comedy in today's woke climate? Is he speaking truth to power, or just crossing the line? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to show your support for our content.